Well, welcome to this training video on presentation ideas for children's ministry. This video goes with the previous unit, which is about preparing a Bible talk. That was about the important principles for planning a Bible talk for children. This one is about different ideas for visual aids and making it interactive as you communicate what happens, what it means, and how it applies. Now, visual aids are a non-negotiable minimum for any talk to children. That's because we all remember much more of what we see and hear than what we just hear. And some level of interaction is also pretty crucial because we remember even more of what we do than what we see and what we hear. So let's divide presentation ideas into three main categories, all conveniently starting with P: pictures, props, and people. So firstly, pictures. Pictures are probably the most straightforward approach. They're really good at supporting knowledge of what happens in a Bible passage. And there are some fantastic free resources on the internet. And at the end of this video, I'll give you a list of websites to try out. There are also some superb ones which you pay for. Now, most of these sites produce images in sets covering a complete Bible passage. You can print them or you can insert them into a PowerPoint slideshow depending on the facilities you've got available. The disadvantage of this approach is that it is two-dimensional, it's flat. It's useful, but make sure you don't use pictures all the time and in every session. And why not ask the children what's happening in the pictures? This can make them much more interactive. Or why not try making a video if you have the facilities? Get hold of some simple costumes, make sure your actors know their lines for each clip, try a few takes for each clip, and then edit it using something like Windows Movie Maker to make it a bit more polished. Video can be really entertaining and effective. But remember also that video is still two-dimensional, unless you've got some very, very fancy kit. And it gives you even less chance to interact with the children. So use it to communicate part of your talk. It's an aid to support your talk. It's not a substitute for it. Secondly, props. Props are incredibly powerful in helping a Bible passage to come alive for children. And they can be anything that helps make your point. So use hats and wigs and costumes to dress somebody up as a Bible character. Unless that character is Jesus, in which case probably only use a costume if it's necessary. So for example, if you're teaching about Jairus' daughter and the woman who'd been ill for 12 years, it's important that your Jesus actor is wearing a cloak because the woman reached out and touched Jesus' cloak. You could maybe make a model of the Ark of the Covenant or the temple if that helps to explain a passage. Or you could rig up a curtain that rips in two from top to bottom. Use floodlights for the transfiguration. Use flash paper for the burning bush. In short, anything that's available that will help illustrate your talk. So here are my top 10 props which are used over and over again in lots of different talks. At number 10, simple toga type costumes, useful for any biblical character. At number 9, boxes covered in Christmas paper which open up. These are incredibly useful during December. Straight in at number 8, a Roman soldier costume or helmet. Just think how often they appear in Bible passages. Number 7, a collection of hats and wigs which can denote almost anybody. Up to number 6, a cuddly sheep which goes astray or gets separated from the other 99 or is cared for by the Good Shepherd. This week, static at number 5, a suit jacket to show that a character is rich or important. Very useful for some of Jesus' parables. In at number 4, a tub of plastic coins. It's amazing how often money comes into Bible passages. Up to number 3 this week, a bed sheet to lower the paralysed man through the roof as a sail on a boat or as a blanket for someone who's ill. Number 2, a crown for biblical kings in Jesus' parables, and to explain that Jesus is king. And number 1 this week, and number 1 every week, is the cross. And if you can't think of a reason to use a cross, then maybe you're in the wrong role. So we've looked at pictures and props, and finally people. We've already said that interaction is very, very powerful, so plan to get other people involved in your talk. That might be the other adult members in your team who act out certain bits of the talk. More commonly, it's getting some of the children involved. That could be as simple as asking them to hold a prop or picture, but it's even better if you can dress them up as characters and ask them to say key lines at the appropriate times. Even better if you can get all the children involved somehow. Maybe write a simple rap. You say a line, they rap it back to you. You say a line, they rap it back to you. Or ask them to do sound effects or to show an emotion like fear or anger or jealousy. Finally, it's easy to fall into the trap of using lots of funky ideas to illustrate what happens in a Bible passage. But then what about the meaning? What about the application? A crown can be very powerful in pointing children to Jesus being king over everything. A box of toys and gadgets can be equally powerful in warning children of the dangers of greed. So there's a quick look at presentation ideas. We've looked at how to use pictures and props and people to bring our Bible talks alive. And coming up is a list of useful websites for images. Thank you for watching.